don't have a lot of opportunities.
Sorry, Agnieszka.
So
Sorry, say that again.
even if I have been working in British company, I don't have a lot of opportunities to speak because I work as a lab manager. So my speaking is only few words per day with clients booking jobs or doing something. So it's not like very sophisticated speaking or very advanced speaking. It's like simple. If I go to the shop, I only speak with the cashier, with the person who is serving me. So it's
Uh-huh.
not also very complicated.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
and I know, but I think it's the most issue. People, the issue of people who are learning English or other language, that we understand more than we can say.
Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Well, let's start then with some pictures, because usually I want students to describe something, but you are welcome to retell me a story if you prefer. Let me share the pictures that we usually use. I don't know, have you had a chance to look at these, Agnieszka?
Yes, I
Yeah,
download this
excellent.
book. Yes, I download and go through some pictures.
Excellent. And which one would you like to talk about today?
Uh, I can, I can, I don't know, number 12, for
Yeah,
example.
excellent. Okay, let me see if I've got the right number 12 because there's two numbers.
Yeah, it's in the book. So yes, this child.
This one, yeah. Okay, yeah, a difficult day. So tell us what happens in the first picture.
Yeah, so I found this picture quite funny.
Good, good.
Yeah, so in the illustration we see a rather mischievous, naughty boy.
Good, good.
I
Mischievous,
assume that
yeah.
it's boy.
Mischievous or mischievous. Good, good.
Uh, it starts quite innocently because he's only crawling under the chair. Um, but as we see, the fun starts soon.
Good,
So first we see the baby is pulls all the books from the shelves,
good.
um, and in the end I assume he is sitting on all the books on pile of the books like on the throne.
Good, like on a
um,
throne. Good, like on a throne. Throne.
yeah, throne.
Good.
Uh, he might even be chewing one of the books.
I think so. Yeah, yeah, I agree. He's chewing one of the books. Good.
Yes, so he has fun. And on the next he finds I think box of cigars
Good.
and pipe on the table. He knocks everything off the table
Knocks. Yeah,
and
it's a silent K. He knocks everything off the table. He knocks. Excellent. But it's a silent K. It's not knock. It's a
knocks. Okay, knocks.
Mhm.
No, no. Could you repeat? Sorry.
So it sounds to me like that, knocks.
Ah, okay.
There's no
Yes,
K sound. Uh-huh.
knocks
Anything KN
everything.
at the start, it's always silent.
Okay, thank you. And he pretends. I think a lot of people, a lot of children do this. But he pretends that he smoked the pipe
Good. He pretends to smoke the pipe. You can
to
say he
smoke the
pretends
pipe.
that he is smoking. You can. He pretends that he is smoking the pipe or he pretends to smoke, but it's very often two plus infinitive. And so, yeah, he pretends to smoke the pipe.
And then he founds the vase of flowers. So his next stop is there, which he knocks over.
Knocks. No, no, don't pronounce, don't sound the
Yeah,
K. Don't
knocks
pronounce.
over.
Good, good.
Knocks over the flowers, throws out all the flowers, and
Pulls out all the flowers.
pulls
Throw
out.
out
Okay.
is possible, I suppose. He throws out all the flowers. It is possible, but if he's just pulling them one by one, it depends what he's doing. I suppose it is. It's okay.
Yeah,
Throwing.
it looks like okay. So yes, he pulls out all the flowers.
Good.
You are right that it's one by one because we even see that he keeps one in his hand.
Good.
And spills the water.
Good.
And then he splashes around in the water, like in the puddle.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He splashes in the water like in a puddle.
Yeah, I think that it's the favorite game all of the children.
Yeah. Children always love
Yeah,
splashing in puddles. They do.
and dogs.
Good. Yeah. And dogs. That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Of course, our parents were always angry or disappointed when we
Absolutely.
returned from the walk, for example.
Yeah. All muddy, all dirty. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And his next prank, I call this prank, is pulling the tablecloth off the table,
Very good.
and along with everything that was on, so cups, mugs, jar, I think.
Good. Excellent. Very good.
And finally, after such an active day,
Good. Yeah. It's been busy. It's been hectic. I agree.
yes, he falls asleep in a drawer.
Excellent.
He is really tired.
Excellent. Yeah, he looks like he's sleeping soundly. And remember, we do use, oh, look, there we go. It's down there. We do use this soundly very often with sleeping. To sleep or to be found safe and sound, we say as well. But to be sound asleep is also
Oh,
another way of saying it. Sound asleep. Yeah, when somebody is completely asleep.
and also we use when, for example, someone is coming back home after evening, so he get home sound or something like this, if I remember
You
correctly.
can say he came home safe and sound. You can. And we
Yeah,
usually use it with safe and sound then.
safe and sound. Okay.
Yeah, when you find somebody safe and sound, or you come home safe and sound, and it's a binomial, this safe and sound, which just means we very often say them together, safe and sound.
Safe and sound. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and you're right that we use it with to find somebody safe and sound, I think is very common, but also to come home safe and sound, you can, to mean that they didn't have any problems, they came home safe and sound, nothing happened to them. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the end
Excellent.
of the story.
Brilliant, really, really good, fantastic. Keep going because you still have a little bit of time. I like everybody to have at least 10 minutes explaining these stories. And so, do you have another story you would like to?
Yes, maybe I go to the page 148.
Okay, excellent. And is it the page in the book? Yeah.
Yes, the page in the book. Yes.
Uh-huh. So I assume it's this one. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
So for me, it's another funny story. So it's like we see the maid and the lady of the house. I don't know how to say it. And
yeah, you could say the owner of the house, maybe, or the mistress of the house, maybe. Although I don't think we usually say that anymore. I think it's an old-fashioned way of referring to a woman in the house.
okay, and we see that the maid is bringing her breakfast. So we sorry, I moved. So we see that she is bringing her breakfast, and she's serving her.
Good.
And then we see that she's the owner of the house is asking the maid what she needs to do during her day. So we see her with the bucket and brush, so she's going to clean the floor.
Good.
And the owner of the house is sitting, and we can imagine that she's just pointing her finger what needs to be done.
Good. Yeah, she's supervising. Yes, supervising.
Yes, she's supervising. And then we see that she's I assume that she's cleaning the kitchen, because for me this oven is representing the kitchen.
Yeah, I think it's a stove, one of those old, it's for cooking and heating. in one of those old places, they would often have a stove.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
had two
she,
functions.
yeah, so, and then we see that she's carrying the carpet, so she's going to clean the carpet,
Excellent.
and then cleaning the windows. And again, we see the owner of the house just probably saying her that maybe in this corner the window is not clean enough or something
Good,
like
good.
this.
So the owner is telling her. Make sure you use telling her though when it's her. Yeah, not saying her. The owner
Yes,
telling her that, yeah, she has to clean this window a little bit more, and maybe she missed a bit in that corner.
yes. And then the maid is cooking the dinner, probably. And of course, we can assume that then serving the dinner for the owner.
Good.
And after this terrific day for the owner, because she was pointing what needs to be done, she's so tired that she needs to be almost
Carried.
by,
Yeah,
by
almost
the
carried to.
carried, yeah, by the maid,
Good.
and she finally sleep soundly. So it
Yeah,
means
she falls asleep. She falls sound asleep. And if you
sound
want to do
sleep.
it with the fall, yeah, she falls
She falls.
sound asleep. Um, Something like that. Yeah, she collapses onto the bed of exhaustion. Yeah, you can also
Yes,
use that collapse. I think
collapse.
it's just if you
Nice
suddenly
word.
when you're completely knackered. Knackered means very, very tired, by the way, and it is. I think you probably heard this if you're living in London. This word knackered,
Yes, yes, I know.
because it
It's
just means.
quite popular.
What would you say it means? And I agree, it's a very popular word. It's very common.
It's like that you are so tired,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
absolutely,
that,
absolutely. So tired, exhausted,
yes,
knackered.
that you even can't leave the finger.
Good. You can't even lift a finger. I agree. You can't even lift a finger, and that's a good expression, certainly. You're so tired you can't even lift a finger. Okay, fantastic. That was really good, and we've got some good new phrases there. So that was really, really good. I'm pleased that you've introduced some new vocabulary
Thank
for
you.
all students. And of course, it's hard to use a good range of vocabulary, and that's why we need new words all the time. But yeah, excellent. So please,
Thank you.
it's one class for every student per week, Agnieszka, and so I will do those some 8 o'clock classes in future, and I think I might do one on Friday still, just because I know some people were on the list and they wanted to come to that one. So I think I'll
Yes,
do one on Friday.
today I only attending because it's bank holiday, because usually at this time I'm at work.
Is it bank holiday today?
Yes,
Yeah, I
you
had
don't
no
know.
idea. I have no idea. And it's just because it doesn't really make any difference to me. Of course, it always does if you're working for a certain company on
Yes.
which you have a day off, on a bank holiday. But yeah, it doesn't really make any difference. And so I never know if it's bank holiday or not bank holiday.
Yeah, so I only attending because it's bank holiday. So
Superb.
yes,
Well, I will do some perhaps Friday, but perhaps another day at 8 a.m. And I will make sure that I set my alarm clock and I'll get up early and I will do it. But let's
sorry
go
for
to.
forcing you to get up
Oh, don't be
early.
silly. Don't be silly. And I really want suggestions for times. And so I appreciate you making that suggestion on the Grammar Shed. I like to hear what kind of time people are free for classes. And yeah, 8 o'clock isn't a bad idea. I understand that people need to do a class before work sometimes. But
Yes,
yeah,
and
please.
I really appreciate that you are doing these classes.
I enjoy doing them. And so please look out for my email because I will send you an email for other classes. But yeah, for next week, I will be around next week and I'll try and do as many as possible. Let's go now to Nariman. I know he's waiting patiently there. I see him. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can. Hello.
Excellent. So how are you doing today, Nariman?
Oh, I'm nice, thank you. What about you?
Yeah, pretty good. Same old, really. It's a pretty grey, cloudy day here. It's overcast. I did go paddleboarding yesterday, so it was a little bit sunnier yesterday, but very, very windy, very rough water. I did it with my brother, and we did it for about half an hour, and then decided, no, it's enough. too rough, the water.
I see. Average English weather, isn't it? Like cloudy.
It is. It's typical, being honest. It's typical. And even yesterday, it was only about 21 degrees. It wasn't really warm or anything like that.
Yeah, I see.
How is it are you in Moscow today?
Not yet, but I'm going in next week. I will be in Moscow. Yeah, right.
I see. So are you in Dagestan today?
Yeah. I'm, just enjoying last summer days here. So
I understand.
yeah,
But your academic year starts very soon, yeah?
right.
I
Yeah.
see. So
Actually,
go on. I assume you'll be back in Moscow in September, yeah?
Yeah, right. I remember I was saying that you're going to have a flight to Moscow, right?
I do indeed.
Yeah.
I will be there. I'll get in touch if you fancy doing something in Moscow. I will get in touch.
Yeah. I mean, which day or is it full month you will be in
It's
Moscow?
right in the middle. Yeah, it's right in the middle of September. I'm leaving on September the 11th. It was a very cheap day for flights for some reason. And so, yeah, I'll be around in that kind of time at that part of the month.
Yeah, great.
But I'll keep you informed. I'll tell you on the Grammar Shed or somewhere like that.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, about about weather, it's pretty sunny here, and I even got a ton. Maybe you can see it. I don't know.
So what kind of temperature is it? I heard it was hot
it's about 30 usually. It's kind of hot, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I consider that very hot. Anything above 25, I consider hot.
Yeah. It's even I guess, hotter and hotter with every year,
Okay, yeah. Do you feel that? Do you feel as though the climate is changing?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of winter getting colder and colder, and summer is getting hotter and hotter.
So both extremes, yeah. It's not just global warming; it's global cooling and global warming at the same time.
Yeah. So I'm not really doing cards, to be honest. I was just want to talk a little bit, if you're not mind.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
I was reading a book recently, and it is about, and there's a chapter about, what constitutes a nation. And there was example with American nations, French nation, and German nations. German nation. And there's ideas that, for Germans, it is bloodline, it is ethnicity. For French people, it is about state, republic, our country. And for Americans, it's kind of, it's not about nation, but it's about a lot of communities. And American nation, like a constitutional nation, like there's law, which is the central of this nation.
Okay, there's a law, a constitution, which is the foundation.
Yeah. And there's a lot of book about nationalism, for example, Benedict, Imaginated Communities, and etc. And no one, writing about English people. And I was curious, what about English? I mean, is it ethnicity? Is it, our country? Is it kind of law? Or is it manner here? What is, constitute English or British nation?
That's a good question. What do you think? I would say that a lot of people, well, I mean, I think nowadays we are very much a multi-ethnic society, and I don't think of Englishness along ethnic lines. I must admit, I don't. I do think of it along historical lines, and I certainly think that linguistic, language is very important with determining what a nation is. I'm sure that even for the French, who have a very different history to us, and with the French Revolution, I think that has a massive impact on French politics, more so than on English politics. But I think even for the French, the fact that they all speak French is perhaps one of the most important things which makes them a nation. I think that language is absolutely critical, maybe because I'm a language teacher, but I think that it's a very important factor. I think it's very important even for, well, especially for military, and certainly in terms of war. I think that language is always a factor. In terms of empire, for example, language is always a factor. But yeah, I don't think of Englishness along ethnic lines. I don't, but I do think of it at least connected to history, connected to language, certainly.
So cultural thing, right?
Yes, certainly.
Mm,
Certainly. I
I
mean,
see.
one of the reasons why we have such a friendly relationship with the Americans is surely because we speak the same language, even though we pretend that we don't sometimes. We do. We do speak.
Yeah. I see. I see. I was actually about language. I was just a few days. I'm listening to a podcast. No, Dan Carlin, Hardcore History.
No, I don't actually.
It's about Second World War, but it's not about European part of the world of
Uh-huh.
the war. It
Uh-huh.
is about mostly it's about Asia. And he said, there was a thing which we can't imagine with other people, which is there was American soldiers under British command, for
There
example.
were American soldiers under British
Yeah,
command. Uh-huh.
yeah. And he says that it is just mind-blowing when we imagine it never it even nowadays we can't imagine this thing like one soldier of one nation under another nation's command. And
Uh-huh.
he said that it was mostly about language, the Anglosphere thing. And as we know, Churchill, for example, wrote a book about history of English-speaking people. So yeah.
He was a very good writer as well, Churchill. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature a few times. And when you look at how he wrote, yes, he was a very talented writer.
Oh.
And yeah, I realized he was certainly very interested in the culture, the history, the language. I mean, he was really interested in language, but of the English people. I
Mm,
think it's partly as well religion, because I do think that the Americans share the Protestant history that a lot of English people have. I mean, of
mhm.
course, we have lots of Catholics in the UK as well. We really do. And they do in America too. They have a lot of Catholics there too. But I think that there is a certain, I don't know if you've read any Max Weber, and he
Yeah,
talked.
I did. It's about,
I have, yeah, rather than I did. Just, I
yeah.
don't. You've read, yeah, because it's you've read. It's I have, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You see what I mean? I
Right.
have read some Max Weber.
Protestants' ethic and Catholic.
Exactly, exactly. I found that book really enlightening, and I think it's a very powerful explanation of how of the role that religion plays
Mm,
in nationhood, and certainly in culture. I mean, it's another reason why the Americans and the Brits are so close, because we have that shared Protestant background. And I do feel, I mean, I feel as though Weber is right. I feel it right there in my value system. I feel that it had a massive impact, a massive effect on how I was brought up and on the values that I now have. Even though my mum and dad never took me to church and they weren't interested in the church, nonetheless, the Protestant value system was in their heads
yeah,
and it
right.
was passed on to me. And I think
Yeah,
the Americans, when they talk about the American dream or entrepreneurship or things like that, I think it's very Protestant. You know, this idea
mm,
that if you stop working, your neighbor's going to get richer than you. He's going to compete with you. He's going to make more money than you. And he's going to do things that God likes because he's a harder worker. And
mm,
I think you still see that those values in the UK and in the US.
mm, mm. I see. Thank you. Thank you. I was just, about culture thing. French people are also about mostly about our state and culture, because it seems like for them culture goes after state. And for example, there is no, which is common for once again English sphere countries, like they are not taking, for example, data about ethnicity, race of their citizen. It's actually illegal for them.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
know
the
what you
same.
mean
Yeah,
here. Yeah, indeed. They make it
yeah.
illegal as well to teach religion in
Yeah.
schools. And I know that here in the UK, it's compulsory, it's mandatory that you learn about religion in schools. It's complete opposite to the French.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But there is still question, for example, how British distinct themselves from, I don't know, New Zealanders, let's say, or Australians, if you're saying culture thing. Because it is the same culture almost, isn't it?
Yeah, and for this reason, I don't know that people, a lot of British people move to Australia, emigrate to Australia. I think that Australia and New Zealand, and certainly Canada and the US as well, I'm not sure that we really do differentiate ourselves massively from these places. I think, for example, my dad, when I was growing up, I think that he looked down on the Americans. And I think a lot of Europeans do this. They look down on the Americans because they feel like they're more intelligent if they've got somebody to look down on and say, oh, they don't understand our language or something. A lot of English people say it. I've heard lots of English people say, oh, they can't speak English. And that's ridiculous. They actually have a really good program of grammar study over there. And I see it in their exams. I see it in their education system. I think they speak English better than us. But yeah, there certainly is that kind of snobbery that sometimes exists. But still, even the people like my dad who are perhaps a little bit snobbish concerning the Americans, they still get on with American people very quickly and very easily because we speak that same language and because we have that shared religious background. I think that religious values are very important. Even if you don't go to church, you
Yeah,
still
right.
have the values that were passed down generation after generation in your particular society.
I see. Thank you. It was a lovely conversation.
Yeah,
Thank you very
really,
much.
really interesting questions. Very good, Naruman. Let's move on now to Andre so that everybody gets a chance with for a few minutes. But really good. And yeah, I'll let you know concerning September, certainly.
Thank you.
So Andre, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Excellent.
I can hear everybody.
Have you chosen a picture for today, or do you want to have a conversation? How would you like to spend your time?
Maybe a picture. All pictures are the lessons are funny. You enjoy. Yes,
I like both, being honest. I'm happy to do whatever any student would like to do, and I think retelling stories is still great, and choosing themes to discuss is great. But which one would you like, Andre? Do you have a favorite that you would like to do?
let's say my lucky number is page 100. It's just a lottery. I don't know what's there.
Oh, okay. You haven't prepared, and that's nice sometimes, isn't it? It's good to try something without preparation. It's very important, in fact, for languages. So here's your picture at random.
Oh, okay. Let's see all let's see the whole pictures and try to invent a story here.
Yeah. I can even go out a little bit so you can see all of it at the same time. There we go.
Yes, all these lessons are, let's say, to have fun in speaking and learning English. That's the goal, and let's say the manner to learn English, or just to have fun, just to be together and have some fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Having fun is important. You ought to enjoy any topic that you're learning. You ought to enjoy it so that you're enthusiastic and so that you can make faster progress, because enthusiasm will take you a long way.
Well, because the conversation before mine was also about religion. Let's say also in religion only the living things have soul. This cartoon here contradicts religion because we definitely see this automobile, this car has also soul, because the car is angry and he scratches his teeth, if I can say so.
It has teeth. Yeah, it has.
Yes, he has teeth, and he scratches this.
It's scratching its teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's angry. The car is angry because the master is going to drive the car, and he's a very fast driver.
Good.
So Well, if the boss is on the drive, not only the car is his own, but also the streets are his property.
Good, good.
So everybody has to go on the side, so the road can be
Yeah, to jump
only
out
for
of the way, I would say, to jump out of the way. Yeah, everybody has to
Yeah.
jump out of the way.
yes, to dump out of the way. Well, this reminds me of let's say a story when the first kids tried to ski in Romania.
Ski. Uh-huh.
In Romania, we can shout "Pârtie." That means go away. I'm
I would
now
say get out of the way. Get is always more aggressive. There's something harder about get. Get out of the way, or get out if you try to throw somebody out of the class. If you're
yes, get out of the way.
get
Yes.
out of the way, get out. Get is stronger than go. Go out of the way just means move, but get out of the way is what you use for, especially for instructions where you're telling people to do something. For
Yes. Yes, I think that's the perfect translation for "pârtie" in Romanian.
Okay.
Pârtie is a subject, but
Is it an imperative, an order?
you can say so. It's
Okay.
not just an imperative; it's just a subject, like you can scream like car, and that means the car is coming, and you have to leave from there, not to be involved in an accident. Okay, that's so. Everybody is getting out of the way, and the next adventure of this car and the driver is the meeting with a pacifist old man. Is that correct, or
Maybe he's a pacifist. A pacifist is somebody who is not who is against war. Yeah, and against violence. Is that what
yes,
you?
a non-violent worker.
Good.
He who just carries some things in that's
So we
in
call
a wagon.
and we call that a wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow. Yeah, and I would say he's pushing a wheelbarrow. Carrying will always be holding in your hands, but yeah, he's pushing a wheelbarrow.
He's pushing a wheelbarrow, and the calm and the calm of this person is also seen from just elegantly smoking his cigarette.
Yeah, his cigarette or his pipe. I think it's a pipe there, but yeah.
It's a pipe, yes, it's a pipe.
Good. And what happens when the car?
Well, it's also a saying that the small trunk can just overtake the big car or something, the big wagon or something like that. And this is a perfect illustration of this kind of thing. So the little innocent and peaceful man is just smashing the big and powerful car.
Good.
Well,
excellent. And what does he do? What does the man with the wheelbarrow do at the end?
Well, he just sees his way around. He's the same calm and peaceful man as before. For him, nothing happened.
Good.
Well, it's a lesson for everybody.
And what's the lesson?
The lesson is there were some cans, and the writing on there was "Be calm." So maybe you can be calm, or just don't mess around with the wrong guy.
Don't mess with the wrong guy. Yeah, okay. That's the message. Yeah, don't mess with the wrong guy. This guy with the wheelbarrow was the wrong guy to mess with.
Yes.
Definitely. Don't mess.
Why not?
What did the guy with the wheelbarrow do with all of the with the car, with the broken car?
Oh yes, he's going to be very rich because the old car is now his own property.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. He's taking it all back with the wheelbarrow, and so maybe he can use some of those as spare parts, I suppose.
Yes, to build just a fairy tale wheelbarrow.
A fairy tale wheelbarrow, yeah. So he can use the parts for his wheelbarrow, yeah. Maybe
Yes.
a new wheel, something like that.
Yes,
Brilliant.
he will become world-renowned engineer.
Good. Okay. World famous, world renowned.
World famous engineer.
Yeah, there are a few good ones we can use here. World renowned, world famous, world class. You could even use, but world famous engineer. Yeah, excellent. Okay, let me choose a different one for you at random.
Yes,
We've got
yes,
a few
yes.
minutes left. Let's try. I think something with the dogs later because they were quite.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Animals and kids are my
Okay.
preferred. Yes.
Yeah, your preferences. Okay, let's see.
Yes.
I know there were some good ones with dogs towards the end. Let's see if we can find them.
I love dogs more than cats.
Do you? Yeah. Do you have any pets then?
No, I had a rabbit.
You had a rabbit, yeah?
Yes.
You had a rabbit or you have a rabbit?
I had a rabbit.
What happened?
He was old. He
Uh-huh.
was 7 years and he passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's always sad, I think, when our pets pass away.
Yes.
I can't find one with the dog now. Here we go. Here we go. Let's try this one.
Yes. Okay. Let's see.
So what do you see?
Can you push it more up?
Sorry. We almost say scroll down. Can you scroll down?
Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. Okay. It's a peaceful afternoon in London, and man is walking his dog in the park, and this is a very educated dog. He doesn't need a leash.
Good. Good. Doesn't need a leash. Doesn't need a lead.
He's so educated that he speaks with his eyes, but where the larynx of the dog is not so good evolved like that of a man, so he can't speak, he can't articulate English, but his barking is very illustrative.
Okay, good.
So he thinks, well, this man in front of me just wants to shake his hand. And this remembers me of a joke.
This reminds me of a joke.
This reminds me of a joke. The joke is about Pavlov dog.
Okay.
Maybe you heard it, or everybody heard it.
Sure.
Well, Pavlov was a physician, a Russian physician, and he studied the reflex, I think it's called.
Yeah, the reflexes of animals, of dogs.
Yes. So the short story is before he brought food for the dog, and the saliva was running from the salivary glands.
So the dogs
Uh,
began to salivate. You can even put
Yes,
it
the
like that,
dog began to
salivate.
salivate before the food was brought.
Good.
So Pavlov thought this is a reflex, and the dog thought what the conditional reflex Pavlov have, because every time the light is on, he brings me my food. So just return to our story, or I don't know. Can we say just return to our sheeps? No, that's not.
To our sheep, yeah, to our sheep.
Return to our sheep. That's not correct. That's not no.
No, we can say let's get back to the story. Let's get back to the story.
Let's get back to the story.
I think we say get back to very often.
Let's
Yeah,
get
let's
back
get
to
back
the
to the story. Let's get back to.
Let's get back to the story. Okay. Can you scroll a little bit? No, up. So the third picture. Okay. The owner of the dog is just proud of his dog, and he's telling how clever his dog is.
So he's telling his friend how clever his dog is. You need an object after tell. It must be a person. He's telling his friend about the dog.
He's telling his friend how clever and how clever his dog is.
Good.
So he just throws his stick in the water.
Yeah.
And the dog is confronting the cold and dangerous water just to pleasant his master.
Just to please his master.
Just to please his master. Just to please his master. So he brings the stick in his mouth back.
Yeah, good. You often say he fetches the stick.
He fetches.
It's the game itself is called fetch, and to fetch something means to go and get something.
Fetch.
So he fetches, and sorry, you do need an object with fetch. He fetches the stick.
He fetches the stick.
Okay, we'll stop there for the moment. I'm afraid, because I want to get Heymar in as well. I can see he is there. But do you have one more question there? Go on. Is there one more question about a word?
Yes, I thought, can you say, I don't know, we say in Romanian, aport when we throw some object and the dog brings it back, we say aport. That's just a Latin word.
Is it a way of congratulating the dog?
No, just telling him bring the object back to me.
We say fetch. We definitely say
fetch.
Yes.
Yeah,
fetch.
fetch.
Meaning go and get that stick. Fetch.
Go and get.
It's used as a verb, but it's also a noun for the name of this game.
Yes.
Fetch.
I'm sure the next story will be just for this old man with just bring me that nice girl to me.
Do you think there's going to be a girl? Yeah, some kind of a romantic story. Next one, yeah. Let's see what Heymar has for us. Heymar, are you there? Can you hear us, Heymar?
Yes, Dave. Hi.
Yeah, excellent. So, do you have a choice? Have you chosen a story for today?
Yeah, 203.
203. Okay, is it this one down here? This one? No, or is it on 200?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this one.
Okay, so what can you see?
Yeah, we can see some sort of dispensing machine. A man has come to this machine, and he puts a coin in the machine, but he doesn't get what he want to come.
What he wants. Then he doesn't get what he wants. Yeah, he doesn't get what he wants. What do you think he wants from the machine?
Yeah, it's I think matches dispensing machine.
Okay, maybe it's dispensing matches. Good.
Yeah, so he shake the machine, but still it doesn't come out. So then he thump on the dispensing machine,
Good. He
and
thumps.
finally,
Put an S on it as well. Yeah, he
yeah,
thumps
thumps.
the dispensing machine. Good.
Yeah, yeah. Then he try to grabs the
Good.
flap and see, and he is now frustrated. He is sweating, and yeah, out of his frustration, he kick, kicks on the dispensing machine.
Good. But I would just say out
And
of frustration there rather than out of his frustration. Personally, I think it's a set phrase that we usually out of frustration, out of curiosity, we usually
okay.
say, and not out of his curiosity. It sounds strange to put a his there, but out of frustration, out of anger, out of curiosity, I would just use that out of and then noun without any possessive pronoun in there, without any determiner.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, finally he has removed the dispensing machine from the wall, and now he's going to smash it on the ground.
Good.
And finally he has smashed it on the ground, and now this dispensing machine has broke open.
Has broken
So he
open.
has
Has broken.
finally,
Yeah, has
yeah,
broken
it's
open.
broken.
It's a very
Yeah,
native
yeah,
mistake.
fine.
That is a very a lot of natives say has broke, lots, but it should be has broken. Yeah, like has spoke, has
Yeah,
spoken. Yeah,
yeah, ultimately he gets his match, and he lights up his cigarette.
good.
But a policeman at the distance sees him, and he comes and gets him for the vandalism.
Yeah, it comes and gets him for vandalism, arrests him, takes him away. Excellent. Any other words
Yes.
there that you? I mean, how can we describe him at the end? How does he look?
Yeah, he's very exhausted.
Exhausted. Okay, he's exhausted because he's been trying to get the matches out of the machine for a long time. And what about his appearance? I don't mean his clothes. How can we say that somebody's not wearing smart? What's the opposite of smart?
Scruffy.
Good. Yeah, he's looking really scruffy, really disheveled. It's a more formal word for it, disheveled, without a C. But he's looking really scruffy, informal, really disheveled, formal. Excellent. Okay, shall we do another picture? Do you have another one that you would like to do?
The one up above.
The one above?
This one.
Okay, yeah, excellent. So, what can you see in this picture?
Yeah. Yeah. A man. There is a sort of a gambling machine. So he puts a coin in that machine, and in return he gets a lot of coins. So he's encouraged, and he sees another gambling machine.
Good.
So he plays that one also, and he wins a good amount of money
Yeah,
in that
even more.
machine also.
Good.
Yeah. Then he goes to a poker playing poker.
Okay, maybe it's poker, maybe it's blackjack, yeah, something like that. Poker, blackjack, maybe even roulette.
Roulette. Okay.
I'm
So
not sure.
he has some sort of gambling game. So he has won a big stake at that game too.
Not a stake. You don't win a
And
stake.
now,
You get your stake back, but you don't win a stake. You win more than your stake. You know, your stake is what you put on the bet. It's what you risk. Your stake is what you risk. You see what I mean?
okay.
Yeah. And so his stake
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what he
yeah.
puts
Yeah,
in.
I got it.
What he puts in the machine. It's not what he gets out. You get out winnings, but you put in a stake at the
Winnings,
beginning. And
yeah.
in poker, you have to put in a stake. Otherwise, well, there's two people have to put in a stake: the little blind and the big blind. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he has collected his winning in his pockets, in both of his coat pockets, in his head. Then he has gone to some sort of restaurant. He has ordered his meal. He has ordered a meal, a glass of beer, and he enjoys it. He seems to enjoy his meal,
Good.
and finally he has paid with his coins. But I think this, even though he has got a big winning, I think these coins are not of much value. So it is this waiter, yeah, this waiter has to count all these coins up and see if he has paid the amount.
The right amount,
So a
yes.
lot of work, yeah, yeah.
Do you,
So a lot of work for the for the waiter.
do you think he left the waiter a tip?
Yeah, I think even he finds that it is very cumbersome task to count these all these coins. So
Good.
yeah, I think he preferred to leave all the leave all these to leave all these on the table.
Yeah, and do you think he included a tip or didn't include a tip? Is it normal to leave a tip,
Yeah,
do you think, in a restaurant?
yeah, yeah. You should leave a tip at the restaurant, obviously.
Okay, and how
But I
much?
think
How much?
his pocket, yeah, his pocket also that like like flapping on his legs. That
Okay,
you know
so his
that
pockets are empty
it's,
at the end, yeah? His
empty,
pockets,
empty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's got empty
So
pockets, certainly.
he has given what all he got
Okay, he's
to
given
the
all
waiter.
he got to the restaurant, yeah? Okay, yeah. So he's given everything that he had, all of his winnings, and it's always plural, by the way, winnings. It's always got an S. It's never winning. It's always winnings if you're talking about money. A little bit like savings. Yeah, savings, if we're talking about money you've saved, we always call that savings. And if we're talking about money you've won, it's always winnings with an S on the end as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, excellent. Okay, you still got time for one more if you want to choose another.
yeah. The one up above.
Yeah, the one above.
This one.
Absolutely. Let's try this one.
No, 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 no. The
Oh,
one above. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, this one.
Okay. Yeah, we can see a gentleman walks amble down the path, and he sees a tiny little flower on the side, and he grabs the flower, and he smells it.
Good.
That the flower makes him sneezing.
It makes
So
him
he
sneeze. Makes him sneeze because make somebody
ma-
do. Make somebody sneeze. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So he is takes breath in, preparing for a big one sneeze.
Okay. Yeah. So he starts to inhale. Yeah. He starts to breathe in. Breathe in is
Yes.
good. Yeah. He starts to breathe in. He starts to inhale because he's going to sneeze.
Yeah, finally he blows out one big sneeze.
He
That
sneezes. I wouldn't say blows a sneeze. He sneezes. He sneezes. You can't really
okay,
blow a
sneezes, but
sneeze.
I joined it that is like exploding like a bomb.
So
His
he can't get
clothes.
any more air in his lungs. Yeah, he can't get any more air in
Yeah,
his lungs. Remember, we say lungs for where you breathe into, and so he's breathed in as much as he can. He's inhaled as much air as he can. Yeah, his
yeah.
lungs are
So
full as well. His lungs are full of
yeah,
air.
lungs are full of air, and then he released this his sneeze with very big power.
Good. Yeah, I would say he
That
sneezed
almost
violently. You can certainly say violently here. He sneezed violently, or he violently sneezed.
sneezed. Yeah, he sneezed violently, and it his head throws away, and his glasses goes away, and
Not
the
goes away.
flower
His head
is
not goes away here. His head, goes forward. Maybe goes forward when he sneezes. Yeah,
yeah.
not go away. You can't say your head goes away, but his head.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I meant his pair of glasses. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So his glasses flew away. I would say then that yeah, his glass or flew off his face. Flew off his face. Flew away. Yeah.
Yeah. the flower is torn into is being torn into parts.
Yeah, torn to shreds, ripped to
yeah,
shreds. Remember, we use this shreds for torn to shreds,
torn to
shreds,
shreds.
ripped to shreds, ripped to pieces. You can say as well. But I think shreds is very good for tear and rip.
Yeah, finally his trouser has gone down.
Fallen
and,
down. We usually say his
is,
trousers fall
yeah,
down.
yeah, falls down, and he also looks scruffy now.
Good.
And
Excellent.
however, his face has rather very like no, like calm look.
Yeah, he's got a very
Like
calm look on
you
his
release
face.
you release that big sneeze, which
So how can we
made
say
you
that
very
when
uncomfortable.
what adjective can we use, guys, for when you've needed a sneeze for a long time and then finally you sneeze? How do you feel? The same with if you need the toilet.
Relieved.
Good, relieved,
Relieved.
exactly. Relieved is absolutely the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for, certainly. You feel relieved. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you're waiting to go to toilet and you can't find a toilet. Finally, you find one, you feel relieved when you go to toilet. You do. It's one of those things where it's the most obvious situation I can think of for relieved. But certainly with a sneeze as well, you feel relieved when you finally sneeze. Yeah?
Yeah, we can see a policeman comes up toward him. I think he thinking that bomb has just gone
A bomb has just what? A bomb has just
off.
Somebody said it in the background. They're gone. A bomb has just gone off. You just said that's good, actually. A bomb has just gone off is perfect. You can say exploded as well. Somebody said exploded in the background, so that's really good as well. A bomb has just exploded, or even something has just blown up. I don't usually say the bomb blew up, but maybe something has just blown up, some explosion. Yeah. So there are a few things you can say there, but yeah, gone off is excellent. We do say bombs go off. And so, yeah, that's very natural. A bomb has just gone off. A bomb has just exploded. Okay, excellent. I think we will stop there for today because that's been a nice long session. But I will do another one this week. But I will see everybody from this class next week. I'll let you know, guys. I'll try and give you a little bit of warning if I can. Sometimes it's not so much. It's only 24 hours, but I'll always send you an email. And so keep an eye on your emails or keep an eye on the Grammar Shed as well. That's a good place to look. But I'll see you all next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
very
Dave.
much.
My pleasure always, guys. My pleasure. I enjoy the classes.
Thank
See
you.
you all soon. See you soon, Agnitska. And yeah, thanks for making that suggestion again. I do appreciate it. But I will try to do it a little bit later if possible sometimes just to make sure I get up in time. But yeah, I will. I like the suggestion of 8 o'clock because I know some people will want to come before work. And so it makes a lot of sense.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I'll see you all next week, guys. Have a great week. Speak soon.
See you.
Bye.
Have a nice.
Bye to everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody, for coming. See you soon.
See you soon.
Okay.